Hi, this is GS from UOOE.organization, University of Online Education. Today we are discussing about functions in JavaScript. These functions are very important not only on JavaScript, any language like PHP or .NET or C or C++. For any kind of language, JavaScript functions are very important role. What is mean by function means? Function is nothing but it is a block of code. That will execute when someone calls it. Functions itself can't execute directly without calling. So first of all, I will show you the syntax of the functions and rules and regulations of the functions while creating. This is the syntax of the function, and one thing we have to keep in mind, any script, whether it is while we creating any using script functions or any styles, means we should place on header part. Like first of all, I'm showing syntax. The syntax of the function is function. Function is the keyword, and it is the function name with bracket, close brace, open brace. Between here, function code will goes here. This is the syntax of the function. What is the function keyword means? This function keyword tells the browser that that it is we are going to using creating function. What we can say that the function keyword is let the browser know that we are creating a function, and this will be user defined. Anything it can be, either my name or anything. It is a function. The variable which starts after keyword function can be considered as function name. Suppose my name. While creating this function name, we have to follow some rules. We must start this function with letter. We can't start this function name with 1 2 3 name. We can't start this with numeric values. So function name must start either with underscore or letter. And once it start, we can use letters also. Function can contain letters and digits also, but we can't create a function with starting with letter with digits 1 2 3, but we can start with letter and use digits. This is the rules we have to follow. And also, function doesn't contain any spaces like data. We can't create a function with space. We should use underscore to come to fetch this. So function name should not contain any spaces. These are the rules while creating a function. Now practically I will show you how function will how to create a function and how to call a function. Suppose I'm creating script type, close braces. Here I'm creating one function. Function is the keyword, get data is the keyword name. I created one function. Here this open brace, close brace can be considered as boundaries in JavaScript, because it will let the browser where the function has started and closed. This is the closed of the function. So here I'm creating one alert box. This is about functions, and I already told you about alert box. What actually do, it will pop ups the content which included in this alert in this brackets. So I'm saving this as functions dot html. If I opens that this file, means we can't find any output, because we just declare function. We didn't call that function. because the function execute only when we call it. So here we didn't call that function, so we can't get any output in this. Right now I'll show you how to call the function. Body part means it will display on a web page, something like button. I'm creating button and click here. I just create a button, so you can see here. So when I click on this button, I want to call this function. So in this tag I want to call on click as a event. As in this on click I want to place this function name. Open. So if you click now, if you click on this function on this button, you can able to see this function is calling. Means this is the way how to call a function. So in definition we can say that a function is a block of code that will be executed when someone calls it. So I'm here by clicking this button, I'm calling that function, so it is executed. This is the way how to call a particular function in JavaScript. And moreover we can take another example. Suppose I have one div. This is normal div content. Okay, and I want to call a call function on mouse over. On mouse over I am going to call this get data function on mouse over. These are the events. You can see here we can consider as the on key, on double click, on key, key down, key up, key on mouse down. These all are the events. In the coming session we can also take on look on events. So normally in Notepad we can't see this kind of default effect. So it is better to use Dreamweaver as a editor, because defaultly we will get a guide events of list. We need not to type completely. So this is better to use Dreamweaver as a editor. I want to call that function on mouse over. If I move mouse over means I want to execute this function called get data function. It will be get data. So what it means when I mouse over I want to print some content like this is function data. So I have one function. If I move mouse to here, this is normal div content. If I move mouse to my div content, I want to call this function get data. So let's check. Yeah, if you see here, when I'm moving my mouse to that content, it's showing the function data. So this is how to call functions using events or onload. We can also onload of the browser we can get this data. This is the normal introduction to the function, not only on JavaScript, while even these functions are the very important plays role in JavaScript. Nearly every script you will create, you can use one or more function. I mean, without functions we can't create any application. Not only in JavaScript, in PHP also we will work with the number of functions. So I can say that in coming PHP also we can take a look on the functions itself. In functions we have different types of functions are there. Functions with parameters and functions with non-parameters, and I will show you in next session we can discuss how to pass a parameter to the function. This kind of stuff we can discuss on the next session. So today itself we discussed about what are the functions. I mean, I clearly practically showed you how actually basic. I gave a basic idea how to create a basic function and how to call it. So we can say that function is a block of code. Block of code means this one. a block of code that will execute when someone calls it. I means this block of code will execute when I'm moving my cursor to this content. So this is how the definition defines in practically. In coming sessions, we can take depth look on functions. For this tutorial, that's it. Thank you.